Hello folks, welcome to Netcruzer RC. I'm just doing live off my phone right now. I'm not sure what the quality is like, but we'll give it a go. We'll give it a couple minutes, see if anyone joins in. I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks. I've just been doing some stuff on my own time. Also, my area, which is Ontario, Canada, is in a bit of a, it's not a full lockdown, but it's like emergency break. Everything's restricted, almost everything's closed. So the tracks aren't open. You're not really allowed to go and see anyone or do anything in a group. So mostly I've just been building and just getting a few little clips ready for some ongoing videos, but I don't really have a whole lot going on. But I'm to the point now in my build. Hi guys, hey Kevin, hey Stews. I'm at the point now in my builds where I need to do the electronics. And so I just went to my local hobby shop, Great Hobbies, just across the road behind me. I'm in a different parking lot now, but I just thought I'd show you what I got today. A couple of impulse purchases, as well as just some other maintenance things and items that I needed to get for racing equipment, for finishing some electronics, some upgrade parts, and a new RC. So we'll go through that today. I'll show you quickly what I got, and we'll just start going through this stuff. So, hey guys, good to see you all. No real rhyme order to this, but I'll go through the first one. Smart Technology pigtail adapter. This one is, it's a little confusing how they market this. This one is the 507. It's considered the IC5 device to IC3 battery. I don't know why they name it like that. That's opposite. It's actually for IC5 battery, plugs into this side, and then this side is the smaller one, is the IC3. This one would plug into an IC3 device. So it's actually, you plug in the big connector of the battery to the small connector of the device. And the reason why I need this is because all my other adapters do not have the smart signal wire that goes between this. So what this is this allows me to plug in my smart batteries, which have the bigger connector, to a it's called my servo adapter, or servo, what is it called, the smart device servo tester and smart checker. And I've never been able to program my smart batteries or actually see the smart data on that device because I needed this adapter. If you had bought into the smart system, the Spectrum smart system, where you bought their charger based system, you get this with it. Now, I've never had this, so this will allow me to finally be able to do a little bit more programming and data analysis of my smart batteries, even though I have very few of those. Most of my batteries are Genzace. Big shout out to Genzace for helping out this channel. They've provided batteries and equipment for racing, so that's excellent. So thank you to Genzace for that. But I have a couple of smart batteries, and more of the Horizon-based equipment comes with the smart ESC and the EC5 connectors already on it. So this will just allow me to do a bit more of the smart data analysis with this. And yeah, I saw some of the chatting goes by. I'm sorry if I didn't mention your name. Hello to everyone who has joined. Next thing, racing equipment. The last time I got an order from my hobby shop, my local hobby shop is Great Hobbies, I ordered the Tamiya, the TT01 truck racing wheels, the rims, and now they've got the tires in. Just out of luck, really, they just actually had the tires in stock. I've been meaning to order these but kept forgetting. So now these are the truck tires that go with my new truck wheels. So I'll have a new full set of racing wheels for my man truck, for that truck-based racing platform. It's based on the TT01E. And these are the truck tires that you get. There's no foams with these. You don't really have to do any prep to them. There is prep that you can do with glue to strengthen the sidewall, or maybe even glue on the one edge of the tread here. That is for different type of grip tuning. But most of these, it's just, you just glue them on the wheel and that's it. Now, the way, I don't have the wheels with me, but the way that they've designed the wheels, it has a weak spot right by the hub on the outside. So it can, if you get a hit, if someone hits you on the side impact, it can crack your wheel. And so I have a couple of wheels that are broken, and so these new tires will just go onto my new wheels. That way I don't have to try and acetone off or try and save my old rubber. I can just put the new rubber on. So full set of wheels for the race truck. And then for electronics, getting the electronics ready. On a lot of my race cars, you know, something like this where you have connectors. On the 8th scale, I'm moving to these big ones, the IC5. On my 10th scale vehicles, almost all of them are direct connect bullet connectors. Now, you do run a risk of, you know, reverse polarity connecting those if you do it wrong. But if you make your wiring in a way where the one lead is longer than the other or cannot reach the reverse polarity plug on your battery, you're usually okay. So a lot of my batteries that I run are 4mm bullet connectors. They're hard case stick packs or shorty packs, and they don't have wiring leads coming off. They just have two plugs on the top of them, and they're bullet connectors. And so that's what these are. These are the bullet connectors that allow you to just directly plug into the battery, and they're all separate. So this is two sets. These are 4mm, and these ones are 90 degrees. So the top is like a shallow with a little groove at the top. So you just fill that with solder, you put a wire on top, you solder it on, and there you go. And that's your bullet connector. Now, a lot of the newer batteries, even the ones from the last year or two, they're moving between 4 to 5mm. Ideally, I would like to have 5mm because a lot of the Gens Ace Redline batteries are 5mm. These are all 4mm. This is a house brand that my local hobby shop does. If you go to something like Bego Racing, I believe they also have their own bullet connectors that they, you know, package up themselves, as well as probably if you're in the US and you have a house brand hobby shop, they probably also do something like this where they package their own products up. So since they didn't have direct 5mm, I got the adapter. These ones are the 5 to 4. So what this would allow me to do is, in a pinch, since I cannot find any 5mm directly, you can plug your 4mm into this and it turns it into a 5mm. Now it does add a bit more metal, potentially more resistance. It's not quite as good as having a 5mm directly, but it certainly works. I have raced with this. It also, these are handy because they allow you to only have one charge lead, like a 4mm bullet charge lead, and then you can plug it into this and it turns it into a 5mm charge lead. So that's also a really good use for these. So if you're in Canada and you're looking for these, this 5mm to 4mm is TJHX2014. And these ones are, if you're searching for these, I was looking for them online called bullet plugs. They don't come up on the list as bullet plugs. They're actually called banana plugs on Great Hobbies website. So just so you know for that. And then another accessory, I actually bought two accessories from RC 4-wheel drive. And one of them was out of stock, so it's put on back order. I'll get that later. But this one is for something that I haven't officially showed you on video yet, but I have teased it in my community page. Maybe not community. It was definitely on Instagram and Facebook though. So even though I haven't put out a new video in quite a while, I'm fairly regularly posting pictures and posts on my Instagram and Facebook. So you can certainly follow there for more up-to-date stuff that I'm doing that's non-video based. And so this is a seat, and you know, it's just a little bit of a premium accessory from RC 4-wheel drive, and it's designed for the Mojave body for the TF2. So there's a hint, directly telling you, I bought a TF2. I bought the Marlin Crawler TF2. I still haven't even ran it or made a video about it yet, but I have it. So I picked that up a month or so ago during the Easter sale. So it was a new crawler that I intended to get a TF2 for having a new crawler that was a smaller tire, no portal axles, slower, more scale-based crawling that wasn't, you know, a TRX4 or a Gen 8 or any of my Element RC stuff. It was just my first RC 4-wheel drive, my first hard body, my first TF2, you know, just going all in on that platform in a ready-to-run package that already has a lot of the performance mods done that I would personally want to do, where it has a little bit of a bobbed bed and some other performance things. It's got a bit more steering throw. It has a smoother bottom. So, you know, I'm just talking about this. You probably, if you don't know what this platform is, you don't really know what I'm talking about, but it's a pickup truck crawler with a hard body. So, and it's made by RC 4-wheel drive. It's got a lot of metal, and I will be showing that soon. My intention was to buy that around the Easter time, and then I would be out crawling on something like the Tank RC's course or Fraggle Rock course, which are local crawling spots around me. But then we went into this Ontario-wide emergency, soft lockdown type thing where you're really not supposed to go do that stuff at all. So I haven't been. I've been respecting the rules. I've not been to my own local racetrack at all this entire year, which is really, hurts, because I love doing that. I love going racing every week. I haven't done it at all in 2021 yet, but I've been continually buying equipment. So I have new race cars, I have new race electronics, new motors, new wiring, lots of new stuff, but I haven't really been making that much content about it yet. I've just been kind of backing off with making the videos because I don't like to just pump out stuff all the time unless there's value there. So I have been recording clips behind the scenes a lot. I have a full build done on my Team Associated T6.2, except for the electronics. The full build is done, and I just need to record my initial overview of it, and then I have all the clips done of the build. So I plan on making one video of just that build that will be all of that, and then I have more to do like that for an upcoming Techno. I have the Techno EB410 2.0, and yeah, and then hopefully by the time we get into end of May, early June, the track might be open, I don't know. I'm at the point now though where I've waited so long that the plans that I had originally, which was to directly compare my TLR 5.0 DC Elite buggy with my Yokomo, that plan has kind of got thrown out the window because the track layout has changed at my local track, which is Electrosport RC Raceway. They made some slight track changes. About half of it has changed. So I'm not going to be able to do the direct comparison anymore. So my new plan is just gut out all the electronics, so I should revise that. There's a Tekin speed control in my Yokomo right now, which came directly out of my TLR. I'm going to take that Tekin and put it in the stadium truck, because the Tekin has a higher mod rating. Even though it's an older ESC, it's the Tekin RS Pro, very first generation, I think, or maybe second, but it's one of the older ones. So it doesn't have all the new fancy like frequency-based adjustments and all that stuff, but it has pretty good pro controls. Anyway, it can handle a higher lower turn mod motor, higher RPM, lower turns. So that's going to go in my stadium truck, and I'm putting in a Hobby Wing just stock into the Yokomo. Then I'm undecided on motors. I have an old 6.5 turn that I might put in the stadium truck, and then I could keep the I have a 13.5 right now, I think, in my two-wheel drive. I'll probably keep that because I like that power level on a two-wheel drive. And then, yeah, I'm going to put a higher end mod motor in my stadium truck just because you have such a bigger contact patch of tires. Then on my Techno, I have a new Techno EB410 to build. Sorry, not an EB410, that's the 10th scale. I have the EB410.2 that I built out at the end of last year. That thing's still excellent. Mostly that's just going to get run as it was because it's great. But I have the new 8th scale, the EB48 2.0 to build. And I got the new Hobby Wing Gen 3 8 scale motor for that, 1900 kV. That's currently at home, so that's ready to go. I just need to get all the electronics in for that. So most of these little electronics things are for the new stadium truck that I'm talking about, which is a Team Associated RC10T 6.2. That's their newest stadium truck they make. Team Associated just came out with the 6.3D, the buggy. That's quite interesting to me. I was quite pleased with the build quality of the AE buggy. Kevin says the 8 scale season's on its way. He can't wait. So yeah, hopefully that's Bego Racing. Napierville has an 8 scale off-road track there that should be opening up in June, maybe. I think they're trying to host an event for June. Fingers crossed that the governments let us play, because we all want to. I mean, we're trying to be as safe as possible. We're trying to follow the rules, but right now we're not allowed. We're not allowed to play. We're not allowed to race. Hopefully in the next month or so, we're able to again. Now, last thing is what's actually in the big box. Canadian, yeah. So Kevin LaChapelle just posted here, Canadian Champs, June 11 to 13, 2021. That's the first kind of major event race that's happening at the Napierville Raceway. I believe it's I think it's a J Concepts race, Kevin. I think that's correct. So it's a 1 or 2 day event with a practice day also. So yeah, hopefully we're allowed to go for that. I'm currently in Ontario. That track is in Quebec. So there are different rules depending on what province you're in. But yeah, hopefully things are opening up. Anyway, let's take a look at the new RC I got. Now this one is one that was on my list. Kevin confirms, yes, it is the J Concepts Canadian Championships. That one is going to be the June 11 to 13 race. What is in here? This is not a race vehicle, but this is just something a new platform that I've wanted for a while, but I've held off on just because I didn't think I would end up using it that much. But really, I should have bought this 6 months ago if I had have known we were going to be stuck, you know, not being able to do crawl events or race for a while, because this is a crawler that you can run at home. So yeah, I finally got an SCX 24. I know that they make these in plenty of different versions, but I went for the original, the Deadbolt. I think this is the first one they came out with. They came out with the Deadbolt in green and red as the first SCX 24 crawler. Then since then, they came out with the Jeep body, the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited body, and then after that, they came out with the Chevy kind of square body Chevys, late 80s, early 90s trucks. And so I like this one because it's more of like a side-by-side style, where I was thinking I could put it in the bed of a 10th scale truck or something if I wanted to, where then it kind of still looks like a side-by-side instead of a full Jeep. But either way, it doesn't matter. I like this platform more. I like the look of this, where you've got an open interior, more of a Jeep body. Well, it's a non, that's also why this one is cheaper, because it's a non-licensed body. The other ones are $10 to $20 Canadian more because you're paying for Jeep and you're paying for Chevy. These ones, it's just Axial designed this body. You get a slightly bigger wheel and tire package on this one as well. The Jeep has a big wheel and tire package, same as this, but the Chevy has smaller tires. And then there's the limited edition, the Betty, whatever the Betty is called, is a limited edition one that I think was all sold up pretty quick. There was supposed to be 1,000 of those made and they're all gone. Anyway, so I picked up the red one. It's a ready-to-run platform. This comes with everything. You get the rechargeable lithium battery, you get the controller, and it has a unique worm gear transmission. If you've not seen anything about these, they're extremely torquey and strong, so they can crawl up some pretty extreme stuff for their size. So this is a platform that I just wanted to get into because there's a ton of aftermarket support for these. A lot of aftermarket support by Axial themselves, as well as other third parties. And I had a company that I've worked with in the past, Radiolink. They reached out to me and said, hey, do you have one of these? We have a micro receiver coming out that we would be interested in testing. And I was like, well, no, not right now, but it's certainly been on my list for a while as a platform that I should get. So that kind of kicked me over the edge of, yeah, we're all stuck at home here. We can't really do much. So I'll be able to crawl around my house a little bit. These work outside fine too, if you just make an area that's designed for them. Anyway, and then I can look at some mods that I want to do this as well, and probably test this micro receiver that Radiolink has coming out. The micro receiver will work in something like a micro crawler or a micro drifter. So the Radiolink receiver has a gyro built into it, which wouldn't really be that useful for a crawler, but for my micro drifter, was the seat. I didn't really explain that very well. The seat is just an accessory that gives me the ability to add a driver, because when you go to a official crawling meet, things like having a driver with legs, sound isn't working. Oh, sound isn't working. Okay, back up. People are texting me. I don't know why that would affect the sound, but sorry. I didn't explain very well the seat thing for the RC four-wheel drive, why I wanted that. I really don't care that much about having full scale interiors or like kitting out my scale rigs to the extreme. I think it looks really cool. I appreciate people who do that. It's just not something that I'm passionate about. But by adding this little bench seat, this allows me to add a driver. And then if you add a driver that has full limbs and legs and stuff, you get extra points, extra scale points for when you go to your crawling events. So that's the point of that, is this seat will just allow me to add a driver and get some more scale points. And the other thing that I ordered was the official RC four-wheel drive light kit for the TF2, just because that is a hard body and it has the full buckets front and rear, and I just bought the light kit that's already designed for it. So it should be fairly simple installation without having to solder anything up. It should be a fairly easy install. But that was an inventory mismatch, so it'll come in later. So yeah, those were the main things. Hey, AZ Froggies, nice to see you again. I know I haven't jumped on Frank's live stream in a very long time. I should probably do that again at some point, see what you guys are up to some week. But lately, just my Thursday nights haven't been that great for me getting a chance to do that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Race parts, electronics parts, just gadgets to get my race vehicles electronics up to spec for 2021, and then finish off some of my new builds. And then eventually, probably in a week or two, we'll start to get that video out. The next video for this channel is probably going to be my stadium truck. I have been procrastinating on this stuff a long time. I'm getting some high quality clips of the build, but I haven't gotten enough recorded where it's like that full front to end video being able to be done yet. So I need to do that overarching overview, show the roller already done. That's what needs to happen next. But the kit itself is built. I just need to move over some of the electronics I mentioned from buggy to truggy, or buggy to stadium truck, and then everything is going to have some slight electronics tweaks. So yeah, that's what's up with that. So I've been rambling on for 21 minutes. AZ Froggy says, I'm getting ready to race for tonight myself. First run in months. Wow, that's great that you can race. Excited to be able to have us get into doing that. Our government is being very restrictive right now on what we're allowed to do. I mean, hopefully for good reason, because we are at like peak numbers right now, more than we've ever had before, according to however they're tracking that. But anyway, hopefully things happen in the next couple of weeks that will allow us to be protected, to be able to go out and see other people, if you know what I mean. And yeah, we'll go from there. I don't want to get into the whole, you know, vax talk, but yeah, some people are all for it, others are all against it. I don't know how I feel about it, but I think I'm probably going to end up getting it just so that I can go and do stuff, because without it, I can't. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at. Thanks for joining in. Hit that thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, thanks for joining in, and I will catch you guys again another time. All right. Thanks for joining in, everyone. Take care.